Okay. What up everyone, my name is Nightrow, and welcome back to some more welcome back to some more Final Fantasy XIV, the Heavensward expansion. In the last episode we finally met Rasselgar, the dragon that does not have any vengeance or anything, but he revealed to us the truth about every Guardian having a seed that if they drink dragon blood, they will turn into that dragon, or they will turn into a dragon one way or the other. But let's continue with the story. We're being summoned to General Raubon. General Raubon says that they may have uncovered the Sultana's whereabouts, and he wants you, by which I mean both of you, to go to the Wicked Sands right away and help with the investigation. Come, Nightrow. Pressing though a bird's plight may be, our presence here will not serve to hasten the Manicutter completion. Let us return to the troubled land of Thanatos, and let what aid we may. Bataru, I have our friends at the congregation sent a message to Estania. Tell them we have identified a solution to our problem, but that it will take some time to prepare. As you wish, Master Alphano. To the Wicked Sands, warrior light. This past time Ulda was delivered from this darkness. Hopefully. Okay, so I gotta go to the Waking Sun, which is Horizon. And I will soon get a new freaking mount. Just do it. Gotta fly there. Hopefully I will be reaching the halfway point of this story. I was originally planning on streaming about earlier, but I didn't have the time for it. So hopefully tomorrow I'll be able to do that. Where are you? And I'm getting a lot closer to being able to
Thank you for coming.
No thanks are necessary, General. I trust your recuperation continues apace.
I cannot complain. Thanks to Higiri and her ministrations, I've regained much of the strength I lost during my imprisonment.
I gather you have made progress in the search for her grace.
Aye, some good fortune at last. A few days past, Dulala informed us that a sizable shipment of alchemical supplies had been delivered to the palace.
With Papa Shan's assistance, I set out to ascertain the source and nature of the shipment. My inquiries led me to Frondale's frontistery. There, I learned that an order had been placed for a curious substance designed to sustain patients trapped in death-like slumber. An invention of the former head alchemist, apparently.
A death-like slumber? This cannot be a coincidence.
It lends some weight to Dulala's claims, aye. Her grace is likely somewhere within the palace, abed but alive.
Before making any attempt to extricate the Sultana, however, it seemed prudent to learn what manner of substance was used to induce her torpor. To that end, I made inquiries as to the whereabouts of the one most like to have administered it. The lady-in-waiting, Meriel. We sent for you as soon as we learned of her location. All that remains is to apprehend the woman.
And torture her, right?
We shall find our cat's paw in the Silver Bazaar. But we must tread carefully. The market is not the bustling place it once was, and someone is sure to mark our coming. Should they inform the monetarists, we'll have a fight on our hands. We must be prepared for the worst, and being short an arm, I thought it wise to take another in its stead. What say you, Warrior of Light? Will you lend me yours?
Of course,
Then
but I have no other
pity the
choice.
bastard that stands in our way. Come, my friends, for Nanamo and for Uldar!
Let's do it, boy. Let's go save their queen. You should ask it to make you a new arm or something. I kind of want.
Ui,
Huh?
không phải là
Tôi không có lực. Our target is Mariel, the Sultan's former lady in waiting, a woman of Midlander heritage. I'm told the two of you have met. Our sources indicate that she left the palace shortly after the incident, and quietly rejoined the dwindling population of the Silver Bazaar. I suggest we begin by questioning the market residents, and confirm that Mariel is still in hiding here. Where is that exactly? Where exactly am I located at? I'll just teleport there. Let's see, the closest one will be... oh, it's literally here. Oh shit. Let's go above this. It's a good thing I can fly here. And I can literally just cross the ocean. Well, I didn't even know that. Oh. There we go. Ah, yes. She's here. Left the city for good, she said. Barely leaves her house though. It's the one closest to the market entrance. And what brings you to our lonely little hamlet? I believe the arrival of your entourage is about double our population. Looking for Mariel, you say? If you're hoping to lure her back to Da, you may as well give up. The girl's son is done with the city life. Do I know of any returning residents? Gods don't tell me they're starting to come back. My masters will not be pleased to hear of this. Search for Mariel. There it is, the witch. More torture.
You are Mariel, the Sultana's former lady-in-waiting?
You're in big trouble.
I know no one of that name. Pray excuse me.
Well, dude, I know who you are. I've seen your face before.
General Alden.
Trouble.
We will have the truth from you, girl.
You are surrounded. Oof. Look at that.
Mayhap it would be better coming from me.
Lolorito, you'd best talk fast.
As you know, Teleji Adeleji's Cartano reclamation bill was no more than a facade. A means to get his grubby little hands on that Allagan monstrosity Omega. When he learned of Nanamo's intention to abdicate, however, he was forced to amend his plans. Suddenly, assassination seemed the most promising way to further his ambitions. I am told Teleji had discovered a maid in whose veins ran the blood of House Thorn. A new, more pliable puppet to sit the throne. 'Twould have caused an uproar, of course, but few could have contested her claim. 'Twas plain that Teleji's wild machinations had outgrown our ability to control them. So I decided to usurp his scheme and left the fool to seal his own demise.
And what of Nanamo?
Oh, I have no desire to harm her grace. 'Twould profit me little to destabilize our government. Thus did I employ young Mariel here to administer a potent sleeping potion in place of a poison. You should know, General, that your dear friend Ilberd was fully aware of my plan. I had him lie about the assassination as a means to prime your rage against Teleji. We weren't entirely sure how you would react, but things went rather better than expected.
You conniving little worm! You had your claws in the Crystal Braves before their first recruit had sworn to serve!
But of course, when a new game begins, 'tis only prudent to have a piece on the board. Ilberd was mine. Truth be told, a significant proportion of the Braves' initial endowment was also mine. With such large sums moving about, 'twas a rather trifling matter to disguise my own contribution. Ah, Ilberd. I secured his services with a promise to support his cause once my authority had been solidified. I swear, the man thinks of naught but prizing Alamigo from the grasp of the Empire. Unlike you, General, the poor fellow seems quite unable to forsake the land of his forefathers. Mayhap that's why he called you a traitor to your people and a disgrace to your homeland, amongst other things. What was it he always compared you to? Oh, yes, an overgrown lapdog begging for scraps at the Sultana's table. Oh, how we laughed. Alas, Ilberd's entertaining little outbursts eventually gave way to wearisome tirades, and the zealous brute became rather unruly. I had no wish to see you executed, you understand, but he would not take no for an answer. Rest assured, his employment with me has long since ended. Which brings us neatly to the present. What say you, General? Both you and the Sultana are alive. We have one corpse and one fugitive. And preparations have been made to restore your good name. Shall we cry quits and start again with a blank ledger?
The hells we will! Do you honestly expect me to forgive and forget? After all you've done? You're guilty of high treason!
Stay your blade, Master Alden. You yourself are not innocent. Or have you forgotten your own crime in executing Teleji Adeleji without trial?
Okay, nonsense.
Though you acted out of loyalty to the Sultana, such deeds are in violation of both the word and spirit of the law. If you would, Lord Lolorito?
This potion will wake the Sultana from her slumber. Consider it a gesture of conciliation.
The big ass bottle.
You will find Her Grace resting comfortably within her private chambers. Should you doubt my word, I shall willingly accompany you to the palace as your hostage.
I like not your motives, Lolorito. But you saved the Sultana's life, and for that, you have my gratitude.
Rauban Aldin, you are hereby reinstated as General of the Immortal Flames. The citizens of Ul'dah shall once more be united under Nanamo Ul'Namo, and together we shall usher in a new age of prosperity.
There's so much betrayal around for circle. By the toes, I fear Lord Lolorito arrivals will herald another bloodbath. Little did I suspect, the he of all people will give us the means to rouse the Sultana. We will also make our way to Ul'dah. I should imagine Bartholomew has been instructed to admit us. So I guess our names has been proven innocent. One way to find out. Flame General Rallo mentioned you might be coming. Please, this way, Jewel. Well, she alive.
I was having the longest dream.
You have no idea.
'Tis time to wake up, Your Grace. Another day begins in Thanalan, and the sun blazes bright upon the sands.
Isn't she gonna ask about his arm?
Her Grace is awoken. The palace physician assures me she's none the worse for her slumber. I believe Her Grace will soon resume her plans to place the government of Uldar into the hands of its citizens. Whatever path she chooses to take, I shall walk it with her. And we shall tread slowly, lest the nation be unsettled in our wake.
Her Grace's compassion is a shining beacon to us all. But what our city truly thrives upon is competition. 'Tis in the struggle against our rivals that opportunities are seized and fortunes made. And with the Empire on the offensive once more, now would hardly seem the time to turn our system of government upon its head.
Are you privy to new intelligence, my lord?
I would hardly call it new. Remind me, what was the name of that enormous Imperial warship which met its end in Mordona? Wait, I have it. The Agrias. Yes, well, 'twould appear that the Garleans have been hard at work on another such vessel.
How close are they to completing this ship? Is it operational?
Its maiden flight was a success, I hear. I should imagine Emperor Varys is eager to see how it performs in battle. My lords and lady, I move that it is time to repair the damage caused by Teleji Adeleji and prepare our great nation to repel the Empire once more.
"'Tis well that the Sultana has awoken. The Syndicate yet needs to put its house in order, but 'twould seem the worst of the confusion has passed. Uldar has taken control of its future, and I must do the same. I have decided to disband the Crystal Braves. Among the recruits, there were those who supported our Order's goals and convictions with all sincerity. 'Tis my hope that these loyal men and women will choose to remain our allies in the battles to come. As for those who sided with the traitor, Ilberd, they shall be hunted down and held to account for their crimes. It is my earnest hope that they will surrender themselves peaceably when the time comes, though I think it unlikely. Ah, my all-conquering Crystal Braves. The model army meant to pave the way for a single unified Grand Company of Eorzea. That so high an ideal should be brought so low. I need not tell you how deeply the betrayal stung me. Yet I see now that it was mine own naivety and pride which allowed the Braves to fall prey to corruption. As ever, it is to your own shining example that I turn for inspiration. Like you, I mean to stand firm in the face of hardship, and give mine all for the cause. Let us resume the search for our missing comrades, that we might come together to shine the light of dawn across the realm once more. The role of Crystal Brave Commander suited me ill, and I shall play it no longer. Henceforth, I shall be no more or less than Alphino, proud member of the Scions.
Not much to speak thus of mine inner turmoil, but the fact remains there is no man alive in whom I will rather confide were it not for your shining example. I might never have emerged from beneath the pall of my despair. Still no words of the no words from Master Garland. I hope the mana cutter of theirs is near completion. I am assured that Her Grace will make a full recovery. Aye, and Ulda too shall flourish once more. General Rauban and his colleagues have a matter well in hand, I believe. Educating a question, if I may. I believe your people have been keeping close watch on the Crystal Brave. Why do you know how things stand at the Rising Stone? Ah yes, of course. You'll be pleased to know that the third unit Brave abandoned Veteran Tolls when they learned of Captain Zilber's defeat. The only blue uniforms to be seen there now are those worn by soldiers loyal to you, Master Alphino. To me. See, I'm grateful to hear that at least some of our members were true to their oath. Ere we return to Ishgard, I must go to the Rising Stone and thank these stalwarts for their service. It shall be my final act as Crystal Brave Commander. Would you join me, Nightrow? You were the company in inception. It's only fitting that you be present at its end. And I will appreciate the support. Do I really gotta go? Commander, you're alive. And Nightrow too. I need you skip through. My splendid crystal brave, I have brought you all, and all of you, my promise of a glory and salvation have brought you not of blood and betrayal. Bah, you'll not hear us complaining. Those sight messier than expected. Aye, we're still fighting for the freedom of all, just like we swore. Ain't that right, mates? Aye. You humble me. I'm truly blessed to have such steadfast comrade. It is with the most profound regret that I must. That's enough, old commander. We know that you meant to say, and we ain't having none of it. We talked that over, see, and we'll all agree. You can take our uniforms and strip us of our rank, but we won't be no less of a company. But the Crystal Braves. The Crystal Braves may be finished, but the ideals upon which the company was founded lives on. They bind us to each other and to you. Commander Alphino, our minds are made up, so you may as well get used to it. Let us help the science. Let us help you find Nymphelia and the others. My friends, after all that has happened, I know not what to say. Let me start crying, man. Pray excuse me, I had thought my tears spent. My grandfather used to say that one could measure a man by the constancy of his comrades. Perhaps I am an exception which proved the rule. Nay, do not protest. I know that I'm not worthy of their loyalty, my room. But as Talia is my witness, I will do everything in my power to earn it. Ooh. Now speak of future plans with the remaining braids. Any information we uncover on the missing science will need to be shared with our allies across the map, specifically Oranja in the Waking Sense and Tataro in Ishgard. While we are organizing our various channels of communication, I will ask that you call upon Master God. At the Mana Factory, I will join you in Ishgard as soon as I'm able. Okay, so just gotta go back to Ishgard. Man, the place looks so pretty when the sun is coming up. Nightrow, how in the seven hells did you do it? I was just about to send for you. We have but this moment completed the Manicotta's first successful test flight. A few minor adjustments and she'll be ready to go. While we see to the finishing touches, you might want to pay a visit to Photon Manor. A dragoon by the name of Estanian was looking. Ooh. Wait, why is he here? Is he supposed to be at the place where we're gonna be fighting Nidhogg? Or at least where we're gonna be meeting up with him? Fighting him, possibly? That's Vigil. We have fulfilled our obligations to the old dons then. Mr. Totaro has been keeping me appraised of the situation. Once I learned that this Manicotta of Master Guns were near completion, I saw no reason to tarry in the midst. For the present, Nidhogg seems content to remain in the area, plotting his revenge. Might not this be an apt moment to unfold our plan to Sir Emery? I think we have kept it in the dark long enough. Okay, so we're gonna go tell them. Let's see how this goes. I remember it's next to the bar?
All stands ready, Lord Commander.
Ah, the moment has come then.
What has?
Pray excuse my lateness. I paid a brief visit to the workshop to inquire about the Manicuttas. The engineers assure me that they're ready.
The Aery is now but a short flight away. Yet what a long and winding path we took to reach this point. Were it not for Master Alphino's proposal, we never would have attempted to parley with the dragons. Though our negotiations yielded little, our expedition with Lady Isar taught us much.
You took an unimaginable risk. I could scarce believe the tale Estinian told.
Aye. 'Tis true that many of our countrymen would sooner die than join hands with the heretic's mistress. But 'twas through that most unlikely of alliances that we came to speak with Hraesvelgr.
A conversation that went rather poorly, as I recall.
In this instance, the journey was more important than the destination. Had we not slain Nidhogg's consort, Tiaman, and put the Great Worm on his guard, the Dravanians would have arrived at Ishgard's walls long ago.
Aye, that they would. Full grateful am I for every hour of respite your actions have afforded us. Thanks to you, our defenses are much improved. 'Tis but a pity they won't be enough.
Thus you believe an assault upon the Aery represents the city's best chance of survival. Is that not so, Estinian?
I am under no illusions. Nidhogg's might is legendary. But with his eye in my possession, I can stifle his strength at the source. Victory will be hard won, even so. And I shall be glad indeed to have the Warrior of Light at my side.
You shall have my blade as well. There are more of these mana cutters to be had, yes?
No. There's only one in existence.
Lord Commander, no!
How can I, a proud knight of Ishgard, stand by and do naught while an outsider risks life and limb for our homeland? I swore an oath to protect this city.
Pray leave the slaying of dragons to dragoons, Sir Knight. Your duty to command the city's defense is no less vital. Should we fail, and Nidhogg slip through our grasp, who then will hold the walls against him? Will you leave Ishgard in the hands of the Holy Sea's zealots?
There are others.
Who but you has the authority and the standing to orchestrate a city-wide defense? I do not, and neither does the Warrior of Light. That is why it is our place to fight, and yours to remain here, Lord Commander. What? You too, Master Alphino? By the Fury! You have shown some promise, but this adversary is far beyond your skills.
He didn't even say anything.
Your candor is appreciated, Sir Dragoon. I shall remain then and cheer you from afar.
Well, my friend, it would seem I have discouraged the last of the volunteers, and claimed the task as ours alone. But if any alive can best this worm, 'tis surely we too.
I prick Master Alphon's pride, I fear, but I have been less forceful. But why would I have instead accompanying us to the Aery? Do not think me blind to his penance. With a few more campaigns under his belt, I have no doubt that Alphino will make a fighting field command. But one does not practice on an adversary, such as Nidhogg, which will be hard-pressed enough without the added worry of carrying a novice. Ooh, yes. Yeah, we have tarried long enough. Let us call upon Master Garland and take possession of this the mana cutter. Damn, everyone has to swallow it. Here. There we go. Now, old friend, the cutters are ready when you are. The fine adjustment cost us a few sleepless nights, but we got there in the end. Which means you can get where you need to go. I told you, this little beauty threw through the wind barrier like a swimmer drove through cottage sheet. And that, my friend, is Garland's Heavensward guarantee. You have our thanks. Come, Warrior of Light. The dread worm awaits. Yes, he does. Ooh, I can access it. Okay, let's do this. And then I guess it's a trial. Or not? That's the dungeon then. Pretty sure it's gonna be impossible. This is a one-seater. What the fuck? What the hell is this? That's not even gonna get in though. Now just play the waiting game. Yes. Those are they made too. Okay. Needhog? Oh, wait, it. Oh, yep, that's Needhog. He kind of looks like Rising Bar. Razor Bar. Oh, he got stunned by his own eye. And not crash. Oh, we look at the landing spot. Urbania, yeah. Come on, everyone, let's go. Boss. Mini boss. I'm so gonna die. What did you give me? That was a close one. I could have died. Let's see. Wait for the tank. Bruh, we're the DPS, not the tank. Oh man. Yeah. Oh, that's a lot of damage. That's because it's damn dumbass keeps taking all the aggro right off the bat without waiting for me. or mini boss fight. I wasn't able to avoid that. Oh shit! Oh, I'm still gonna die. What's this? What's up also? Manage to figure out a thing in time. Press the damn thing in time, and I get it. Okay, now time for Nightrow. Holy shit, he's all fucked up. Even his helmet is missing a freaking horn. Yes, thank you. Damn it, with my mouse. Oh shit, our DPS down. Come on me. Woo. We beat him? Oh. Sure, what? Oh, yes, thank you. Felt like I knew weapons for my paladin and shield. That's good. There's a taste of your own eye.
No worm! This ends here!
Right to the brain. Or at least part of it. Wait, what? He snapped his neck? Oh wait, what? Oh, his armor is red. Guess it's from the blood? His other eye?
You gifted my people 1,000 years of suffering. Now I gift you an eternity in darkness.
Ooh, other crystals can be recovered. Restored, I should be saying. More of the blessing has been restored. Only 2 more, I mean 3 more have to be restored.
They are ours, Lord Eldrath. The eyes of Nidhogg.
Aye. The worm lies broken and my father is avenged. With the wellspring of his vitality thus denied him, Nidhogg shall not linger long in this world. But behold the terrible price we have paid. My sire is dead. So many brother knights slain. We traded our honor for the strength which now courses in our veins. And still we are forced to make such sacrifice.
But not in vain, my lord. Hraesvelgr is the only great worm left in Dravania, and he dares not leave his lair. With Nidhogg's eyes in your possession, who now can challenge the might of Ishgard, ascend the throne, and take your rightful place as the ruler of our people?
Nay, my friend. I must forsake the mantle of king. Though Nidhogg be defeated, his wormling horde yet darkens the skies with wings beyond counting. As one who partook of Ratatoska's strength, it shall be my penance to bear a knight's arms until death grants me leave to retire. When that day comes, no prince shall perish, but a hell's-bound hunter of dragons.
But Lord Haldreth, what then shall become of the royal line?
Think of your people, my lord. Without a king, who will the common man turn to in his hour of need? How will he find his way without your benevolent hand to guide him?
I thank you, Sir Flavian and Sir Silvertrill, for dispelling my remaining doubts. With men of such wisdom and compassion in service to the realm, 'tis plain that Ishgard has no need of a king. But if you must bow to the demands of tradition, you need look no further than yourselves for one worthy to wear the crown. Fare thee well, my brother knights, my loyal friends. On these shoulders shall I bear the weight of my father's sins. With this lance shall I repay the debt accrued through our misdeeds.
What cruel jest has fate played upon us? Have we seized this desperate victory only to lose a king?
We can but act as our lord has bid. We few who remain must divide between us the rulership of Ishgard and her people.
Not I. My oath was to Lord Haldreth and he alone. If he is not to be king, then I would hang up my shield as well.
Will you abandon us too, sir?
I would wash my hands of blood and betrayal and take up an honest trade. Mayhap I shall serve ale instead of sharpened steel.
We four, then.
Forton, Hylanat, Dyrendare, and Zemail. But 4 houses to rule all of Ishgard.
And what of the throne?
We keep it empty, until the day a king rises once more. we must assume the role of stewards. We shall shape our nation anew with a history of our own making, and let the truth of this dark day die here, upon the battlefield.
What ails you, friend? Are you wounded? You have borne witness to history. To the culmination of the first battle with Nidhogg. The legend of Ishgard's founding tells that our ancestors were led to the land of Kurthus by the valiant King Thordan. In the midst of their journey, they came to a wide chasm, where they were set upon by a great worm, Nidhogg. A furious battle then ensued, with Thordan leading the van. Though the brave king was slain defending his people, his son, Haldrath, the first Azure Dragoon, fought on undaunted. And with a mighty thrust of his lance, he gouged out Nidhogg's eye, forcing the wicked creature into retreat. Thus, did this eldritch orb become a sacred treasure of Ishgard, lending its power to every knight deemed worthy to bear the title of Azure Dragoon. A rousing tale, is it not? Would that I could still believe it. But your vision, which we must accept as immutable truth, leaves no room for doubt. Save on one point. If Haldrath took both of Nidhogg's eyes, then how came this eye to be lodged in the worm's skull? Beneath every answer we unearth, another question lies buried. 'Twas a fierce battle, but one I knew we would win. Your fame is well deserved, warrior of light. Full proud am I to have fought at your side. I would fain return with all swiftness to Ishgard to inform the Lord Commander of our triumph. But we must first have words with Hraesvelgr. There are parts of this tale that the worm has kept from us, and I would know wherefore.
Though Nidhogg has fallen, my heart is gem heavy. This stain of corruption pleases me not. When all has been put to rest, I must need to forge my armor anew. Hey. The songs begin. With Nidhogg's fallen, none save Hraesvelgr remain to answer our question. Let us trouble the worm again. If I start Jenger's Senate, all the better. I will have her hear the truth from the dragon's maw. Now I got a mana cutter. Okay, I need to go to Senate. Because you was it not? A furious scream of the dragon carried far. You have slain Nightrow. What more could you desire from this place? And will you not allow Wrath of God to mourn the death of his kin in peace? Spare us your sanctimonious judgment, Ice Maiden. We have a gift for the Great Worm, and a mystery that can no longer lie buried. Lady Arthur, the dragon's song war, has all but consumed your life and claimed many of your fellows. This time you learn the truth of its beginning, the whole truth. And that way we at last bring this bitter conflict to an end. Sound the horn, warrior of light. I'm gonna guess that is high. And I'm guessing Nightrow stole it.
You mean the moment I prized your eye from his head?
I knew it. Oh, what now? Memories?
It was yours. Your strength that sustained Nidhogg all these years.
Would that Haldreth had dealt the worm a killing blow.
And so you acquiesced. You surrendered your eye to Nidhogg, knowing full well the suffering he would inflict.
This one som anshin inkin in Ela. Ratan in Esklos Liseg Lizesk and Gaan. I'm fire. Koluman, Tolos Ineskla. Kas ehi hilso, Sekmon inaan, Srei Snowfall in Sith an.
Gonna be leading the Dragonians now. So he lifted not a single claw, tossing the Razelgar right his own manner of vengeance against us.
"'Twas my life's goal to slay Nidhogg, but I find there is little joy to be had in its accomplishment.
But you have rid the world of a hate-filled creature, and ended a bloody war in so doing.
I lost my family to Nidhogg's flames, and 'twas with fury in my heart that I took up the lance. Every blow I struck in the name of vengeance. We were not so different, he and I.
I will not judge you for your deeds. I have not the right. Too many innocents have perished in the name of my greater good.
Yet even with all that has passed, the tale is incomplete. We are short a great worm's eye. Of the pair which Haldreth took from Nidhogg, only one is known to us, the one I bear. What then became of the other? Why did Nidhogg, who had taken such pains to prolong the Dragonsong War, suddenly decide to hurl his entire army against the walls of Ishgard? Lord Commander. Aye. The deed is done. Nidhogg is slain. What? In the city? A battle with whom? At once, Lord Commander. Hold firm till our return. Fighting has broken out in the city. Lord Emmerich was sparse with the particulars, but it seems some commoners threw open the gates to a force of heretics.
I gave no order to attack.
Are we to mark the end of the Dragonsong War by spilling the blood of our own? Mayhap Hraesvelgr was right about us. Let us away, Warrior of Light. The people must be saved from themselves.
Wait! I would join you! There has been enough violence. I will appeal to my people in the city and make them see reason.
Come then, Lady Iceheart. Let us write the final chapter in this damnable war.
A small army of heretics has invaded the city, Your Eminence. But there is no cause for concern. A sizable contingent of our soldiers is already in place to repel the Dravanian assault. And the intruders will soon find themselves outnumbered and outmatched.
Our plans proceed apace, then?
Yes, Your Eminence. This unrest shall serve to feed the people's fear of the heretics and the dragons both.
And lend renewed fervor to their prayers for deliverance. Very good. Grant our guests what time they need to sow a measure of chaos, then order the Temple Knights to crush them.
Your will be done.
The moment is at hand. Excellent. All shall soon be in alignment. It is time for the Bringer of Light to die.
Comrades, sheathe your swords! There is no need for further bloodshed!
My lady!
She is come!
Hear me, brothers and sisters! The war is ended! Nidhogg is no more! Aye, it is so! This adventurer and the Azure Dragoon laid the Great Worm low! The endless cycle of violence between man and dragon was born of our forefathers' treachery. You have followed me, bled with me, to bring this truth to light that we might all know peace. But Nidhogg is dead. Nidhogg is dead, my friends! He who bore such hatred towards Ishgard is dead! Let his hatred die with him, I say! Let us sheathe our swords and go in peace!
Have we lost?
No, my friend. Far from it. At long last, the peace for which we have so desperately fought is within our grasp. And I, for one, would not forsake it.
Looks like they invaded the Bene City. Because of that, I'm pretty sure they're gonna get arrested. Or thrown into a dungeon or something.
Seize them!
Ah, shit.
Providing aid and succor to the wounded should be our first concern. If the heretics mean to observe the peace, then it would be folly not to do the same.
The war, that was rather too close for comfort, but it would seem that the calm is returning to the streets. My mind, however, yet clamors with a dozen questions. You return to Ishwar in the oddest of company, my friend. That, my friend, was rather too close for comfort. Praise Hellenus that things did not end in a bloodshed. I confess I was more than a little dismayed to see you in the company of Lady Iceheart. Whatever is going on, Nightrow? Beg pardon, we traveled to journey mess together, along with the stadium. Never was there a more unlikely alliance, nor one was so magnificently effective. Nightrow is dead, the heretics pacified. Father and Sir Emmerich must know of this. Let us break the news to them together. I will bring Sir Emmerich to Fort Tom Manor. Yes, an excellent suggestion. Very well, Nightrow and I shall await you there. Well, that was one hell of an ordeal. Does that mean there's not gonna be any more heretics attacking? Question mark?
Praise Halone, you are safe.
My safety was never in doubt, Father, for I had the Azure Dragoon and the Warrior of Light by my side. We bring the most wonderful tidings.
The infamous Lady Iceheart, here in Ishgard? This is most unexpected.
She has done much to quell the violence. The Inquisition may not approve, but we are glad of her presence.
And with the Great Worm's demise, even our nation's more reactionary elements will have scant grounds to press for her immediate impeachment.
My thoughts exactly.
What of the truth revealed to us by Hraesvelga? That the origins of the Dragonsong War, a core tenet of Ishgardian faith, are quite unlike those depicted in the scriptures.
That men and dragons once lived together in harmony, and that it was man's treachery which shattered the peace and plunged our peoples into war.
The same scripture also describes the origins of the High Houses. Were it exposed as false, the legitimacy of our rule would be called into question. If both Highborn and Lowborn can trace their ancestry to Thordan and his Knights 12.
but a single sip of dragon's blood is required to confirm their lineage.
If the Holy See knew of this and chose to remain silent, their crimes are grievous indeed. Regardless, this state of affairs cannot be allowed to continue.
Sir Emeric, you cannot mean to raise this matter with the Archbishop.
Oh, but he should.
Pray consider what you are proposing. If the Holy See chose to conceal the truth for centuries, what reason would they have to reveal it now?
At best, you will be branded a heretic and clapped in irons.
Then at least the Archbishop will have shown his true colors. My friends, this war will never truly be at an end until the truth is made known. You must see what lies on the horizon if it is not. When ruled by fear of a common enemy, we were united. But now we have none. During the war, the highborn needed men to lead, and the lowborn men to follow. Not anymore. 'Tis but a matter of time before the old order is called into question. Lady Iceheart will share the truth with her followers, and the Holy See will be powerless to stop its spread. The disenfranchised will rise up united, and blood will flow in the streets once more. A divided Ishgard will not survive.
Tread carefully, Lord Commander.
That sounds like a terrible idea.
My lady, is it wise to let him go? I sympathize with the Lord Commander's desire for reform, but to approach the Archbishop in this manner bespeaks an idealism to which I did not think Sir Emeric prone.
Though he comports himself as a realist, he has long dreamt of reform. 'Twas that idealism which first drew me to him, that which made me swear an oath to serve. We must not think of ways to hinder his cause, but rather ways to aid it, even should the Holy See cry heresy.
You cannot mean...
If the Lord Commander does not return from the vault at the appointed hour, I mean to go and fetch him.
Have care, my lady. Your words border on treason. Should they reach the wrong ears, you will be declared an enemy of Ishgard.
That is a risk I am willing to take. Lest you forget, my lord, I am not born of this land. My loyalty is to the Lord Commander alone. But I speak only of what may come to pass. If the rumors regarding his heritage are to be believed, we have naught to fear.
Lies and slander.
Forgive me, what rumors are these?
That Sir Emeric is the Archbishop's bastard son.
I'd expect that.
Senior clergy are not permitted to marry and sire children. But even the holiest among us are not immune to temptation.
I labor to believe it. Sir Emeric is truly the Archbishop's son.
He has never been publicly acknowledged as such. But the rumors have plagued him since childhood. That he rose to his current position, despite being despised as a bastard and accused of profiting from his father's influence, bespeaks the quality of his character. It is my hope that on this occasion, the burden of his birth will work in his favor. Should our worst fears be realized, the Archbishop will not be so quick to execute his own flesh and blood, affording us time to mount a rescue.
Bastard or trueborn, he is our nation's best hope. If the Holy See dares to threaten him, I shall lead the charge against the Vault myself.
Hear, hear! The future of Ishgard rests on Sir Emeric's shoulders. I too will do mine utmost to aid his cause.
Orshafon, be reasonable.
A knight lives to serve, Father. To aid those in need. The people need Sir Emeric more than ever, and we may be his only hope. There is no greater calling for a knight than to save the life of his fellow man. I swear to you, on the sigil of our house, that I shall do this and make you proud.
Even you? Romantic, reckless fools, the lot of you. So be it. Make your preparations.
I thank you all for your support.
Well, your system is most welcome. I fear it will not be enough. PSBR. We will struggle to reach the Lord Commander. If we are to succeed, we must need recruit others to our cause. Give me those new pants. But how to carry out this bold endeavor? Even with an army of knights at our backs, a direct assault on the vault seems unlikely to succeed. You're correct, Master Alphanode. Not even the assembled might of House Fortant and the Temple Knights will be sufficient with the support of another party. However, we may yet stand a chance. To speak of one of the other high houses, precisely the opposite. I speak of the revolutionary, rumored to reside in the brood. Twas the disgruntled Ishgarians who opened the gates to open up our city to Havocs, I believe. But of course, if their hatred of the Holy See drove them to such deeds, they might well be persuaded to assist in Sir Ameryk's rescue, knowing the truth he will lay bare. Such is my hope, Master Alphanode, and I will have you and Nightrow reach out to them. As Temple Knight and sworn servant of the Holy See, any overture I make are doomed to fail. But as outsider, the two of you may receive a warmer welcome. Very well. We shall seek out the leader of the revolutionaries and make our case. My thanks, Assyrian. Will your brothers heed your command if you order them to stand aside? The Dragoons have no love for politics, my lady. We will gladly watch and wait while the Highborn fight amongst themselves. Oh, very wise, Nightrow. We shall hurry to the Forgotten Night. The Terror may have knowledge of the revolutionaries. Okay, so the Forgotten Knights. Hello, oh my god, I've been very sick. It's good to see you. And you, Totaro, how did you manage to escape the chaos in the streets? Gravelund and the others barricaded the doors until the heretics left. No one was harmed, thankfully. But what about you two? What comes of your journey? You're not serious. What was Sir Aery thinking? I mean, the way you two talk about it, I wouldn't believe it. Anyway, I've heard rumors of the people you're looking for, but I doubt there'll be much abuse. The only thing I can say with any certainty is that they were led by someone called Mongrel. A clear moniker, if I ever heard one. But perhaps it will make the individual in question easier to find. Come, let us all make inquiry below. So don't say this way? No. How was that? Speak up, I can't hear as well as I used to. Yeah, you're useless. I don't know God's damn thing about the mongrel, but if I did, you can be sure I won't tell you. Oh. A mongrel? Not sure if I catch your meaning. To blue blood. We are all about dogs around here. Not a small shred of information, just as I expected. This revolutionary will not have evaded capture for so long without the masses. Publicity still is good to know that the Taro ears are as sharp as ever. Do I have this already? I guess the name. Frustrating though it may be, we must press on. While I continue speaking with the people of the room, when I go and see Gribbelond, no odds are badly. As a puppeteer of the Forgotten Knight, surely he must have heard whispers of the mongrel before. We can only hope that he will be more forthcoming than the others. Let me jump over there for about God. You know, people long for sympathetic ears, but they need to know that it comes with a tight lip. Desecration, Nightrow. That's what my customers expect. If they don't get it, then I don't get them. That being said, I'm not without my sympathies. I have the tales, and I know you're done right by highborns and lowborn alike. Least I can do is point you in the right direction. But to do that, I'll need you to do something for me. So happens there's a hunter up in the cluster who owes me a fair bit of coin. However, I've agreed to accept payment in fresh herbs. Go and get them for me. And where exactly is that? So it's in the pillars. The closest will be the Jewel Crozier. So you're girl blonde and a boy. Good, good. How's he doing? Same as always, right? Any route, I hope he appreciates how much trouble I had to go through on account of the bloody herbs. Tell him to enjoy them while they last, because I doubt I'll be able to find any more next year. Okay, then he's gonna go back. I wonder how far until I reach like the last parts of it. Well, you're going to hand them over or not? Aye, it's up to do it. With a few other spices I can make it just like she used to. There are a few things which stir the hearts of men like a sip of mulled wine. Share a glass with the right people and who knows what stories of we'll share. Yes, level up. Just one more level up and I'll be able to get the next Dark Knight quest. And that I think on it, there is a woman known who rather fond of this blend in heresy. Is her name, and she resides in the Pillars. She's a maidservant of some noble house or manor. Regard anyway, be a shame if she didn't get to drink this wine. Why not give her a bottle? Okay. So, okay. Let's try the new armor. There it is. Ooh! Feels a lot better. Like. Surprisingly, I haven't received a single helmet. Yes, I'm here though. Beg your pardon, but I do I know you, sir? Here's a wine. I know the smell. This is a wine that you're used to prepare. Your special recipe. Must be decades since I last tasted it. Oh, the poor dear. Such a shame that she was taken by that bear. He cuts a Dutch figure. I'll grant you that. Tall, slender, long of years, but those dazzling ruby eyes of his were filled with lust. It was not more than infatuation, but she convinced herself it was love, and he couldn't help but take advantage. But when her belly started to grow, God, that scandal, I mean, it's not an uncommon occurrence. But that it was if you made it so much, but I need to tell you. He was discharged from his service, cast out onto the street like so much refugees. After she returned to the broom, we drifted apart. I only learned of her death years later by chance. Well, that's terrible. So she got pregnant, then she died. She was in the broom. I can only assume that could possibly be Sir Edward, or maybe I'm just wrong. I mean, that Baron could rise up to be an archbishop in some ways. So the amorous noble bed his maidservant then cast her aside when the seed take root. And not the most original tale, is it? Good comfort for the women and children who live it though. Even the penalty can be appreciated. Well, what the fuck? You can appreciate wine from time to time. Take Geraldix, for example. Surely you heard of him, no? He's a monk who suffers succor of the poorest of the poor. The brew a man of many vows, but none which prohibits precious beverage. Aye, if ever there was a man who deserved a drink, it'd be him. Alon's blessing upon you, sir. Aye. A gift? For me? Here's some wine. This scent. How reminiscent of wine once made by a dear old friend. May her soul rest in peace. Forsaken by her family, she toiled tirelessly to feed and clothe her child. That's how she found time to help me tend to those in even worse circumstances. So compassionate she was, so full of love for her fellow men. 'Twas the love which gave her child strength to endure the scorn of the other junglers. The little girl, bless her heart, she couldn't help what she was. Eventually, she won them over, but those first few years were trying even more. So when she had to start fending for herself, I remember days she spent standing on the walls, waving black hair flowing in the wind, staring out as searching for her mother's face in the mist. She was a remarkable woman, Nightrow. After everything she was forced to endure, she still remained hopeful for the future, for her daughter's future. It's not Remark, someone else entirely. Guessing the leader of the revolutionaries? Some bonds are thicker than blood, but blood is still divide us in the end. It is the legacy of our parents, Nightrow. We can't escape it no matter how hard we try. So the mongrel and her pup chose to embrace there, to proclaim it out to and sundry. If you can understand them, then maybe you can find her on your own. So you decide not to help you anymore. Fine. Yes, that guy is level 60. The armor. Still looking for your mongrel? Like I said before, take your pick, plenty around you know where to look. Or do you fancy someone specific? I'm looking for a mongrel with ruby red eyes and raven black hair. Oh, some good unusual taste. I'm afraid I can't help you though. One brother, it's bloody obvious you ain't of the room. You think I just told you cause you asked nicely? Damn, how rude. Have you made any progress, Nightrow? Hell no. Did not find no information. So our Martel was born of an Alazan nobleman and a Hungarian knight servant. Granted, it is no location, but it's far more information than we had before. Yes. Now that her striking features are known to us, perhaps we need only remain vigilant. There must be a way we can draw the mongrels out into the open. Perhaps we could discuss this with Tataru. Speaking of which, where is Tataru? Oh, confound it. She went below to make inquiries on her own, didn't she? We must find her quickly, Nightrow. I have a premonition this is not going to end well. And maybe we'll find the mongrel. Caster peers over the tree below to see no sign of the tar. Oh, there's another spot there. She must be around here somewhere. I think you had no luck either. What? I'm sorry, I forgot I said anything. Roll Tataru. Wait, down there, isn't that Tataru? The men are chasing her. Quickly, Naru. After them. And I bit my tongue. Watch. That is, I didn't bite it that hard.
Where do you think you're going, Missy?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend.
What's going on here?
What's it to you, boy? Piss off.
Okay, you bait.
Hold on. I've seen them around. They're in and out of House 4 Tom's Manor all the time.
Oh, I see. Skulking about at your highborn master's bidding, eh? Bloodhounds hoping to catch a whiff of heresy, is that it?
Really?
You are quite mistaken, I assure you. We came here to help. And if you know what's good for you, you will let us pass.
Haha! Listen to the pups yapping. Come here, boy. I'll give you cause to yelp.
Enough! Leave threatening women and children to our betters. We don't have the knack.
Hilda!
Lay a finger on the Blue Blood's pups, and you're like to lose the hand.
Right now. Or was it? Was she talking to them?
And often I get called on by glorious heroes like yourself. So tell me, what have I done to deserve you?
Before you start, let's go somewhere a bit more private, eh? But for random night's sake. So the bar. Oh my god, my back hurts. In private.
So, while you're on your way to kill Nidhogg, you stumbled on some dirty secrets that the Holy See has been hiding for centuries.
Eh? What are they on about?
The high houses. And what makes a nobleman so bleeding noble? They trace their blood back to King Thordan and his Knights 12, the founders of Ishgard. But our friends here reckon we're all descended from the heroes of Eld. Highborn and lowborn alike. And so Sir Emeric, Lord Commander of the Temple Knights, has gone to ask the Archbishop if he wouldn't mind letting everyone know.
Is he simple? The old bastard will have him executed for heresy.
Well, seems to me that's what the good sir wants. Seems he thinks a noble sacrifice will serve to prove his claims.
We cannot stand idly by and allow Sir Emeric to do this. Ishgard has need of him.
Look, you've a good heart, I can see that. Willing to risk your neck for someone else even when his troubles ain't yours. But what's this got to do with me?
If Sir Emeric is imprisoned in the vault, we will need all the help we can muster to breach their defenses and rescue him.
What in the hell's?
Something happened to this guy. Is he dead or just unconscious?
Ah, the unmistakable scent of heresy.
You psycho.
And what do we have here? The honored guests of House Fortom consorting with the Queen of Rats. Ooh, plotting insurrection, I shouldn't wonder. That won't do. Sickness is wont to fester and spread. It must be burnt out ere the infection takes hold.
I reckon Sir'd be happy to wield the irons himself. Well, so happens I've got irons of my own.
Such simple creatures, rats, certain to attack when cornered. Let us step outside, milady. In here, your toys could hurt someone.
soar.
Filthy Rex!
And he's down.
There's no denying your gifts. A well-deserved reputation indeed.
Enough!
Lucky bastard.
Nay, 'tis we who are lucky. Had we fought on, 'twas but a matter of time before our conflict claimed the life of an innocent bystander.
I thought the Heavensward might come here as well.
They came to the Temple Knights' headquarters.
Aye. Sir Grinno announced that the Lord Commander had been imprisoned under suspicion of heresy, and that the Heavensward had been granted full authority in his stead.
Then the Heavensward now commands the Temple Knights.
Those still loyal to Sir Emmerich answer to me. Alas, that amounts to but half our number. The other half, who opposed his promotion to Lord Commander, have gathered at the vault as ordered.
Bolstering the guard already, eh? If I didn't know any better, I'd say you were expected.
I take it you're in charge around here?
Hilda. And yes, the young master was just persuading me to join his lost cause. Convincing little beggar, isn't he? Aye. Your passion moved me. A bit. That, and the fact that we're sick of living off the leavings of our betters. If you've a mind to change things around here, then we've a mind to join you.
Yes, you're wondering why I chose the monk, right? Because it was what I am, and I'm not ashamed of it, not anymore. Besides, even my pure blood pups have more in common with me than the lord and ladies up in the high. None of them are well bred. Tales of them, their mothers were cast out after a spot of fun, same as mine. Story old as time, and one we're sick of hearing, which is why we took up arms. Not that we need to hold all the blue words to account. Some have done right about by us. I'll allow like them the house villainy. But enough talk. Your friend still is rotting in a cell. Let's not keep him waiting. Let's see, is this the one with a dungeon or is that? Yep, is the one with the dungeon. Then I'm gonna leave that for tomorrow. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this stream slash video. I'm gonna do another one tomorrow. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.